Hey members, it's time for workout 6 of the Cupid's challenge, but I want to take a second before we jump into it and go over what I mean when I write down that you should do a minute of an exercise. So when it says on your workout to do a minute, what I don't want you to do is pace yourself. So I don't want you to do mountain climbers pretty slowly and get through the whole minute. What I'd rather you do is work as hard as you can and take breaks as you need it. So if you're working super hard doing mountain climbers and you make it 15 seconds and you're like, ugh, I can't go any further, and you need a break, take a break. Catch your breath. You know, maybe you need a 5-second break, maybe you need a 15-second break, whatever. And then jump back into it. And maybe you can only go for 10 seconds this time, but you only need a 5-second break. That's fine. So when it says to do something for a minute, I want you to work as hard as you can, but take breaks. So breaks are really important because you don't want to get injured and you don't want to compromise form, but you want to be working really hard and really fast because you want to get your heart rate up and really push your body to its limits, because that way it's going to have to work so much harder to recover, and that way you're going to burn more calories after your workout and even during your workout. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, and I hope that you understand what I mean, and if not, please jump over to the Facebook group and ask, and I'll try to clarify it more. But I just wanted to touch on that really quick because I know that it's been a little confusing for some people. So don't pace yourself, work really hard and take breaks as you need it. And the same thing if it's, you're doing push-ups for 10 reps. If you can't get through 10 reps, that's fine. Do 2 reps, take a break. I'd rather you have 2 really good quality push-ups and then take a break versus 10 pretty subpar push-ups, because you're not going to get anything out of that. Okay, so let's jump into our workout now. So we're going to start with burpees. And so there's the 2 ways that you can do burpees. You can do a full burpee, which is going to be chest to ground, and get your jump at the end. Or you can modify by jumping out and in. And if you need to modify further, if you can't do any impact at all, you can walk your feet out and in and get a little hop at the top. Okay, so after that, we're going to jump into a plank. So unless you can hold a high plank for a full minute without breaking, I want you to do a high plank. So make sure that your wrists are under your shoulders. Your hips are in line with your shoulders. They're not up here, and they're not way down dipping. So you want your hips in line with your shoulders and your core tight. So really flex your abs and pull them into your back. Okay, and then I want you to hold that plank right there until you need a break. If you can hold a high plank for a full minute, I want you to do a low plank here. All right. If you need to modify your plank, you can do it up on a bench. That'll take some of the pressure off your wrist without you having to go into a low plank. Usually the low plank is a little bit more difficult than a high plank. Okay, so after that we're going to do renegade rows. These are my favorite. They're on all my programs right now. They're so good for your arms. So you're going to get into a plank position with your shoulders over your wrists. You're going to do a push-up, and then you're going to row, and that's 1 rep. So your hips are going to swivel a little, but make sure they're not going like really crazy. If you need to modify, I want you to get into that high plank and bring your knees down where they are. So what I mean by that is don't let your shoulders come back and go into 90 degrees. I don't want your shoulders back here. I want them over your wrist, and I don't want your knees up here like this. So go into your high plank, bring your knees down where they are, keep your shoulders over your wrists, and then still do that push-up, row, and row. Okay? And then finally, we're going to do a burpee with a push-up. So you're going to jump out, do your push-up, up, and up. So your modified is you can jump out, go down to your knees, and do your push-up, up, and finally the no impact. Walk your legs out, Go into your push-up, like knees down, modified. Bring them up into your little hop. And you can walk your feet up just like you walk them down if you need to. Okay, so if I didn't give you a modification that you need or you need further explanation, please hop onto the Facebook group and ask, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And check in with us, let us know when you're done, and good luck with your workout.